It's not just Netflix that traditional media companies might have to watch out for now. Kids are playing more video games than ever before, and that's taking time away from the tube. Josh Lipton and his fast-growing beard are breaking it down from San Francisco. Hi, Josh and Beard.
Melissa, let me tell you something. It's gotten so bad now, Melissa, that even Jennifer Lopez can't get the kids excited to watch TV. MTV's Video Music Awards just hit an all-time ratings low, but Miss Lopez shouldn't feel too bad. Truth is, kids just don't watch as much TV as they used to. Brad Adgate, an independent media consultant, relates some interesting data from Nielsen, specifically that American teenagers 12 to 17 watch an average of 22 hours per week of television back in 2012. That has now dropped hard, down to 12 hours in 2017. Adgate chalks up the drop to two broad factors. One, he says, these kids grew up in the digital age, so they are very comfortable consuming online video. Two, the rise of video games, he says, especially on mobile devices like smartphones and tablets, which means they can play those video games anytime, anywhere. Research firm IDC says revenue from video games hit $120 billion in 2017. And it's going to jump 14% this year. How much time do people spend playing video games? A lot. The average amount of time each week people in the U.S. aged 13 and older spend playing video games hit 7.8 hours in 2017. Now, that is up 60% from 2011, according to Nielsen. The latest survey taken in January did show a slight decline, but it was still 6.5 hours a week. And that drop might not be totally honest either, as the Journal notes video game fans might now be underreporting their usage. When young fans do play video games, what do they want to see? Lewis Ward, IDC's director of gaming, says they want to watch other people play games on platforms like Twitch. They're also hooked on esports, and they appreciate a strong social component, too. Something hits we know like Fortnite offer, though our own Julia Borston did report today that Fortnite's growth has actually recently slowed down dramatically. Melissa, back to you.
All right, Josh. I like how you just ignore my comment about your beard entirely. Like, you didn't even hear it.
We love that beard, bro.
Here. Let's move on. It's okay, Josh. My feelings aren't hurt.
He's still doing it. He's still ignoring it. No comment. He's just laughing it off.
I know. All right.
That's a confident beard right there.
Thanks, Josh. Josh Lipton in San Francisco. All right. It's not just kids who are ditching TV sets for their consoles and phones. Investors have also flocked to gaming stocks. Video may have killed the radio star back in the day, but nowadays video games are crushing big media. In the last 3 years, media names like Viacom have fallen. Even CBS and Disney, up 19% and 13% in that time, are nothing compared to the big three gaming stocks. Take-Two, Activision Blizzard, and EA have completely destroyed media stocks, with Take-Two in the lead, more than tripling in 3 years. So that begs the question here, have video games killed the TV star? BK.
No, I don't think so. I just think it's shifting a bit, right? And so if you look at something like Disney, and they have a big TV network there, potentially something like ESPN is a huge beneficiary of this. So I don't know, maybe TV has shifted. I still think there's stars out there. We've had several people on the show that are doing kind of a broadcasting and whatnot. I actually, in this space, I still think you look Disney.
All right. One video game taking over the esports arena, NBA 2K, the series. This weekend, gamers will flock to Twitch to watch the New York sports esports team try and beat the Heat in the first ever finals for the NBA 2K League. We've got the league's managing director, Brendan Donohue, here on set to break down the action. Brendan, welcome to Fast. Great to have you with us. What should we expect? How big is this going to be?
We think it's going to be huge. I mean, we have 17 teams right now. For next season, we've already had 4 more teams added on. And so we fully expect at some point all 30 teams in the NBA to be a part of it and beyond. So we see this being an opportunity. We see having a Shanghai team and a London team playing Knicks gaming or Heat Check gaming. So we think this is going to be global.
Who's watching? What's your demographic? So
there's 3 distinct audiences we look at. So one is just the players who play this every day. There's 1.6 million playing 2K on a daily basis. So that's one group. Certainly we have NBA fans. So we have 1.4 billion NBA fans around the globe. And then the last group we think is a real opportunity for us, which is one of the reasons that Twitch is such a great partner, is esports enthusiasts. So call it, I mean, the number keeps changing every day and growing, but call it 200 million esports enthusiasts we think we're giving, bringing a new option to.
So given where you see the 3 distinct people who are watching this, where do these viewers come from? I mean, we had Julia Borston on earlier today talking about the peak of Fortnite and how there had been some thinking that social media was losing some of its users because of things like Fortnite and other video games. Where do you think these people are shifting their time from? Do you have any sense of that?
It's hard to say. I mean, we certainly that's the beauty again of a digital product. We have tons of data. We do think there is actually a good number of people on Twitch that are browsing, and they're not necessarily going they're on Twitch.
They're
looking
finding
at several
it.
different games, and they see us come on the the carousel, and they click on the 2K League, and so we think that's one of the reasons that Twitch is a fantastic partner for us. I mean, to put it in perspective in terms of esports, 15 million daily active users are on Twitch for nearly 2 hours a day.
15 million for 2 hours a day on average.
Yes. So,
wow.
I mean, so that's why we think this is an amazing opportunity for us.
And Twitch is such an incredible, valuable, and it's a platform that's launched so many other big brands in your space. Where's Disney, ABC, ESPN? Where are these guys? Because, again, we saw them start to telecast. They had the Overwatch finals. They telecasted that for the first time. And globally, how about Telemundo? How about some of these global networks, again, that really are focused on where the NBA is a global brand?
So we're talking to all of them. And so what I would say is to stay on Twitch for a second, what we love about it is we're talking to them on a weekly basis. And we're having conversations about how can we change for next week? What adjustments can we make? And the reason we can do that is because we have on Twitch, you have this Twitch chat. And there's literally on a normal broadcast for us, there's 5,000 to 20,000 Twitch chat comments that are it's a feedback loop for us. And the beauty of it is we actually can make changes and get instant feedback. And in some cases, the audience is telling us what they want to see. And then when they see it the following week, they're thrilled. So we're creating a different level of engagement that broadcast has ever seen.
So where's this going to be in a year? I mean, in terms of the number of teams, where it might be broadcast. I mean, are we close to that point where there will be that convergence that we were talking about when it comes to an ESPN or
are you going to be selling up the garden after a Knicks game?
Exactly. Yeah.
So I think you look at the linear networks now. They have streaming options. So you're seeing ESPN Plus. You're seeing this happen already. So it's merging. Quite honestly, I mean, I don't think there's going to be much delineation in the future.
All right, Brendan, it's great to have you. Good luck this weekend. Have fun.
Thank you very much.
Brendan Donohue. All right, so where do we go here?
So you would think that the first knee-jerk reaction would be Electronic Arts or Activision Blizzard. Those stocks have been under pressure lately. Take-Two Interactive, which is not the first derivative or the first collateral play that I would play based on esports, but that's the one that looks best on the charts. I would go Take-Two.
Right. I mean, a lot of these guys also have Battle Royale features that are rolling out in the fall, and that could really help, especially against Fortnite, if there is that concern that they are losing gamers or players to a Fortnite.
Yeah, look, I think you have seen that there is an evolution of each brand, and at some point it's time for the next one. I would go back to our last segment on the Chinese internet stock. I think Tencent is the largest gaming company in the world. I think if you want to own a little bit of all this and an incubator who's investing in companies that are actually creating the next NBA 2K, I would own Tencent.